Hello everyone. Hello. Just checking to make sure that I'm live over here. Just was playing around with some of my Couture stuff and thought, why not go ahead and do a live and show you all what I'm doing. So hello everyone. I am going to be working on my fresh pumpkins. And so I already cut everything out. I have everything laying off to the side here in the order that I'm going to be using it. So let's just get started. I have all my pastes all lined up here, ready to go. Those of you that don't know me, I am Cindy from Cindy's Creations with Couture. And those of you that don't know what Couture is, it is a silk screen, adhesive backed, reusable transfer. And here is the silk screen. If you can see on that where the silk screen is, and it's a, like I said, self-adhesive back. It is reusable. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Like I said, I cut out a lot of the items already, that way I didn't have to be doing that. So I'm just going to try this out and see how it goes. Had an idea, so just wanted to try it out. So here we go. Okay, I am just going to get started. So how's everybody's weekend go? Are we all excited and ready for the week to start again? I know I'm not. The weekends always seem to go really fast, don't they? They're never long enough. So I am just getting off to the side here a little squeegee. Taking a small squeegee and applying some of the paste that will go through the silk screen. Okay, scraping it off after I put it on. You take some off, you put back into the container. Then you peel to reveal. Here, let's see if I can get a side going here. Looks good. Very, very good. Okay. Now I am going to put, well, first off, what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I get this dry. I know the color is kind of hard to see that on there, but it's probably just because I've got a glare. And I can't tell whether you guys could see it because there's always a delay from my laptop. There we go, now you can see it. Okay, I am just going to dry this real quick. Sorry that it gets a little loud, because I want to put the word fresh right underneath. I want to make sure that it's dry. Okay. Then I'm just touching the board to make sure that everything's dry. Make sure that that gets to room temperature. While I'm letting that, I'm going to put a towel here. I'm going to be using this word fresh, and I'm going to take this off. Of course, I've already written on the back of it. This is the salad color. This is the one that you would want layered first. It's very, very sticky since it's a brand new transfer. So I'm just putting it on this towel. This is what we call fuzzing it, to help take away some of the stickiness. So I just put that on there a couple times Just being careful when I pull that off to not fold on itself. Okay, so it's all back to room temperature. So now I will be able to put fresh on here. Now all I'm doing is making sure that I have it up far enough to where I like. I think that looks good. Just going to kind of raise that up to see if it looks straight. Sorry guys, I'm trying to see if it looks okay. It looks good, I think. Okay, so now I am just pressing through here the silk screen because the paste will go through all of this, just making sure that I don't have any air bubbles. Hopefully I do not. Okay, now I'm just going to take my white with the squeegee, dip the squeegee in the paste, and now just going to lay it down and pull across. Or if you like going up and down, that works too. You just want to make sure that you try not to have any streaks through that, because that is quite a bit open there. So you just want to make sure that you don't get any lines in there, what I mean by saying streaks, so that you don't see that through your letters. Okay, just trying to make sure I have all my lines out. Okay, scraping off any excess, putting it back into my container, setting that off to the side. Now again, I will peel to reveal this, slowly pull it off. Looks good. Yay, looking good. Okay, I like how that looks. I'm going to again dry this. So while I let this dry, I might move down to the pumpkins just to give it, because what I'm going to do is there's another layer on this word, fresh. And you know how I want you to make sure that you let it dry in between layers, and then to let the board come back to room temperature. See, like this, it'll just offset it, and I think I will move on to my pumpkins to let this come back to room temperature. This has a lot of silk screen on it, so that will be a concern. Okay, so what I'm going to do is what I do is I just kind of just pull on the sides. One side of this transfer backing is, one side's really glossy and the other one has a matte finish, and then I write on the back side what's the matte finish, because I want to make sure that I put it onto the right side, so that way I can reuse it. Okay, so I'm just putting this down on my towel so that it's not too sticky. And just being careful to make sure. Okay. My husband, he comes in here and then he hears me talking to myself and he takes off really quick. Ah, too funny. So you pull this off. Okay. So now I have it to where it's not too sticky. Make sure I have everything off. Now, I need to make sure that I leave enough room for the stems and, oops, see that? See where it's those little air bubbles? Air bubbles in here. So much open silk screen. You just need to make sure that you get all those bubbles out. I still see one. See that right in there? It's an air bubble. And if I leave that in there, then the paste is not going to stay in there very good. I don't want it to have a little blotchiness to it. But if not, I can take it off. I think I might have it. Okay. Like I said, I just want to make sure that I have enough room for my stems and enough room for there's another layer here with that word fresh. Alright, just taking the squeegee, kind of making sure that I have all the air bubbles out. Okay, so now I am going to use the pumpkin color for my pumpkins. So what I am going to do is I am going to just put some paste down, because it will take quite a bit of paste. And I'm going to use my angled squeegee. I like using this when I have such a big area. I don't know, it seems to, see how easy it glides on, and it seems to cover everything really well. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull all that color across. And if I don't like the color, well, that's what's great about this paste, is that I can take it right off. Waste a little bit of paste, but hey, you know, it's okay. That's the glory of having this own little business of mine. I can do what I want with it and not have to worry. Okay, now I'm just going to peel this up slowly, grabbing the sides. Oh, that looks good. Looks really, really good. I like it. I like how it's looking. Yay! Right, again, I'm going to take my dryer, dry this pumpkin. It dries really pretty fast. I like how it came out. You can kind of tell the difference in the color. And now I'm a little worried that it's a little too dark. What do you guys think? I might have to do a different color. I was going to put that color on it, but I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the fresh, which it's going to layer up here. Again, when you are layering, you're going to want to make sure that you really fuzz it up, because you're layering. And when you put it on here, you're not going to want to pull up any of the paste of this white paste. So you just have to make sure that you fuzz it up good. And the other thing is, you don't want to press too hard when you're putting this on. Just do it lightly. I'm just making sure that I've got it fuzzed up. Alright, so now I may have to stand up for this and make sure that I get this. Basically what I'm trying to do is cover up the white that I did the first layer of fresh, because this is just kind of like a shadow. Okay, so that's just going to be a shadow of the white. Now I need to figure out what color I want that to be. I am going to do on my first thought, which was going to be this marigold. And so you won't really need a whole lot because, again, we are just doing the shadow. So I'm just going to go through this quickly because, again, I don't need to be putting it all over. I'm only wanting it right where that silk screen is. So making sure I scrape any excess back into my container. Don't want to press too hard. Hopefully I'm not going to pull up any of my white paste. Okay. Again, we're going to pull it up slowly. Oh, I like how that's looking. See how it makes just a shadow? Love it. Looks great. Great, great, great. What do you guys think? If you come in, make sure that you say hello. If you're watching on a mobile device, bottom left hand corner is a share button. I would appreciate it if you would share my video. Or if you're watching this and it's not live, do hashtag replay. That way I know that you have watched my video. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we are going to do the pumpkin. I really like how that looks. I'm gonna hit it here with the dryer real quick because I will be layering here. I really like how this is coming out. Just the white chalk on the blackboard really looks nice. Don't have to have anything real fancy. It looks nice. Okay, well that's cooling off. Come back to room temperature. We know that this is dry. Now I'm debating as to what color I am going to put this, because I'm trying to decide if I want it to be that color or not. I think I'm going to go with my instinct and just do it because that's what I had originally planned. And then again, do the stems in green. We'll just keep going with it. Just go with it, right? That's what I say. And if I don't like it, well, I can wash the pumpkins off and change them. Okay? That's the beauty of it. Okay, so again, we're just layering this. Basically what I'm doing is I'm looking at the bottom of these pumpkins, and you'll see them here, and I'm trying to line that up. That's how I do my layering. and it should line right up for you. So basically my color is going to be through here and a little bit through here, and then I will put the stems on here, and then those will be green. Okay, let's just try it. Like I said, if I don't like it, I'll redo it. Okay, just going to take my squeegee, go all over, pull the color over. I need just a little more, I believe. I want to make sure that I don't press too hard. Just put my squeegee in that. Make sure I don't drop anything. So did everybody have a good weekend? Like I said at the beginning, it's never long enough. And I'm not liking how it's getting dark a lot earlier. And it's so dark when we get up in the morning. Not liking that at all. Not ready. Not ready for that at all. Okay, here we go. Pulling this off. Oh, that's coming out nice. I like it. Very cool. Very, very cool. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I think it looks really neat. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, so we will, again, I'll let that dry for a minute, and then while I'm doing this, I will put the word pumpkin. Put the word pumpkin down here while we let all this dry, because I will put on the green stems. So I'm going to put the word pumpkins right underneath there. And I'm just pulling this off the backing. It's very sticky. To get my towel. Fuzz it up again. Lots and lots of fuzzing when you're doing these. And just fuzzing it just helps it so that when you pull it off, you're not getting it out of shape if it by it being too sticky. You know, after you've used it a few times, you probably don't have to fuzz it up so much, because it's well loved, as we call it, and it's just used often. Okay, so now I'm going to put the word pumpkins right underneath here, and I'm just wanting to make sure that I have enough room to put this right under the word pumpkins, and looks like I got plenty of room. Okay, so just making sure that I'm feeling if there's any air bubbles. Does that look straight? Looks good to me. For those of my OCD friends, it'll be okay. Just taking my white, putting it down and pulling it across. I like to turn my squeegee over because, believe it or not, you do have a lot of paste, and it is on both sides. Okay, that's looking good. See, I didn't have to, and I still have excess, so scraping it back into the container. Scraping off again any excess, putting it back into the container. Okay, now I'm going to peel up my transfer. Looking good. I like how it came out. Leave a comment for me. Tell me what you think. Looks like I got a couple little bumps in there, but that's okay. Makes it original, authentic. Gives it maybe a little bit of a rustic look. Looks good. I don't care. I like it. Okay. Now, while that kind of sets there for a minute, I have somewhere here, oh, yep, here's my stems. Little stems. That will go on there. And we'll put the garden green on there for the stem. Just fuzzing it over here off to the side. Okay. I'm just going to fuzz this other one using that same towel that you've been seeing me use. I just have it off to the side here, kind of just off the camera. Okay. And again, going to layer this. This is the way I try to get it lined up. There we go. Okay. Now I am going to use the garden green. Making sure I have no air bubbles. Careful with your paste as you're bringing it over. Believe me, I've done it before to where I have dropped it right onto an area that you don't want it to be, so be careful. I like how this is looking so far. It looks very fallish, autumnish, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Ooh, I like how that looks. Really sets off my pumpkin. Pumpkins. Don't you think? I like it. Just making sure I get that little piece of green off of there. I like how that looks. Very nice. We're almost done. I like it, I like it. Okay, now we are going to put this little mark here underneath the word pumpkin. Again, just kind of fuzzing it up a little bit. I got it stuck to my towel now. Okay. And I'm just going to put this right under the word pumpkins. Okay. And I am going to use my marigold. Almost done. Got plenty of paste here. Oops, missed a little corner over here. There you go. Scrape off any excess. Put that back in. And then we're going to peel this up. Perfect. Has that little rustic look to it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Again, dry that. I really like how those pumpkins came out. Came out very cool. Okay, so now all I have is for the 25 cents a pound and open daily. Okay, again, I'm going to pull this off. Oh, need to be careful. Very, very sticky. Again, off to the side on my towel. Okay. All right, now we're going to put this right here. And I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough room to put all of it on this 9x12 board, but it looks great. I'm going to do this in the garden green again. Kind of pulls in all the colors. Looks great. Love it. I am amazed at how beautiful we can make our signs look. They look so professionally done. And they're so simple to do with what we have. Love it. I know that's probably kind of hard to see on camera. But once it dries, I think you'll see it a little bit better. And I mean, you see this up here. So, after I have this dry, we are pretty much done. I'm so happy how everything came out. And I can show you how to do all of this if you would like to have a class of your own. See how you can see all of that. Bring it up closer to the camera. And I love how it came out. Do you see all of it? Can you see that green down at the bottom here? That was kind of hard to see. Whoops, didn't mean to bump that. Maybe if I tilt that a little bit, I don't know. Well, that is what I have for you tonight. Hope you liked what I showed you tonight, and you see how easy it was. And even though we did many layers, it came out really good. I like it. Love it. If you would, please share my video. If there's anything that you would like to ask me, please leave me a comment below. If you'd like to place an order, I do have an online store, or you can message me and I will get back with you as soon as possible. And I'd love to have a class with you and show you and your friends how to do a beautiful framed picture like this. So I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope everybody has a good night, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, get creative.